Welcome to Flash CS5 Tutorial 27. It's titled Tween Your Name. I have the CS5 program opened and I'm going to open a new FLA. I'm just going to keep the default as it is. I'm going to make the stage 50% so I can see it all. And on this first layer, select the first frame, pick up your text tool, and make a text box, make it fairly large, make a good size font. In this case I'm up around 94 points, which is good, and I'm going to use the color red like that, and I'm going to type in Y-O-U-R, your, N-A-M-E, your name, pulling it out. I'm going to use my tool, and it has to be slightly smaller than that, so freeze transform tool right here. Hold the shift down so it's symmetrical when it changes, and just make it a little smaller. There it is there. And I just want to make sure it's static text. Static text. Good. While it's selected with your selection tool, that blue lines around it, go up to modify, break it apart, and you see each letter now has its own little square around it. Go up to modify, on timeline, distribute to layers, and watch what this does for us. It puts each one of these letters on its own layer. Y-O-U-R, name. So we can get rid of this original layer, delete that, right click and delete it, and I'm going to take it up to about 70 frames. So make sure you can select all your frames. Just highlight them all down like that. Right click, insert keyframes. So we brought all them up to there. This is where they're going to end up when they're finished, and we're going to do some things in between. So let's go to the 25 frame mark and let's insert keyframes. Now one at a time, let's take them off and put them somewhere. Lock all the layers, go up to your top layer, insert a layer. Just call it box, B-O-X. Select frame 1 of that box layer and pick up a different color other than red for our fill. Blue looks good. Pick up your rectangle tool, and down here in the corner we're going to draw a box. There it is. Okay. Let's go back to unlocking the layers. Unlock all the layers and start with layer 1 of the E. Get your selection tool, one at a time, click on these layers, on these one at a time. When you get the crosshairs, click on it and drag it and put it in the box. Click on it, drag it, put it in the box. Click on it, put it in the box. Click on it, put it in the box. Same thing. And it will start out with all them in the box. Lock all the layers, and let's start one at a time. Unlock the Y layer, or in your case whatever your first name is, and go up here and put this light here on all of them except the blue one. So click this eyeball. So now the only thing we can see is the Y. It's the first letter. It's unlocked and it's the only one I can see, and we're just going to take that and put it someplace. So select this keyframe 25 and move it someplace over here, for example, very close to the corner. Keep them on the stage. Then let's go up further. We'll do one at a time. Let's go to frame 50. We don't need the box layer, but these bottom layers that have my name, run down, convert them, insert keyframes, insert keyframes. Now select that Y and put it somewhere else, and I want it to go to my edges of my thing, so it's going to come up and out. And good. Let's go back, lock those two, unlock these things to here, go back to the next letter. In my case it's O because I had your name. Select the first layer of that. I'm going to put it over here on that first keyframe. Go to the next keyframe down here, put it somewhere. Here it is. Lock them too. Do the same with the next letter. It's in the box there. Keyframe. I'm going to have it come straight up in this case. Go to the next keyframe. I'm going to put it over here somewhere and lock those two. I think up to the R now. This first keyframe over here. Second keyframe back here. Lock them. First keyframe, that's where it is in the box. Take it out of the box. We may have to move some of these around after if they're not where we want them to be. And this one, bring it out of the box. Doesn't matter whether it's coming out of the box on an angle or not. Oh, no. Undo that. We want it to be in the box, that first keyframe. Putting it over here. Select this keyframe. Put it down here. Just two more to do, and then we can sort of straighten it out. This keyframe here. Let's put it right here so it just comes out of the box a little bit. Then scoots all the way over here before it goes back in spot. Lock them. And this keyframe here, up here, and over here. Now, if we click, lock all the layers, now we can see them all. Click right here on this first keyframe of this first letter. Hold your shift down, go all the way over to the very corner here, click so it's all turns blue, right click and create classic tweens. Now they all been tweened. So let's just take a quick look, see what we got. Test the movie. Okay, we got to stop it for one thing. Okay, good. So they're moving around. And let's go up to about frame 100. All the layers. Insert keyframes. So now it will be still for that amount of time. Test the movie. Okay. Now let's stagger it a little bit. Starting here. Click on them. Now make sure you get that little fuzzy square and then just move it somewhere. This one, click on it. You have to almost click twice. Gotta click on it, then sort of there it is. Move it there. Click on it. Move it way up here. This one I'm going to leave where it is. Click on it. Move it here. This one, click on it. Way down here. And this one, click on it. Move it here. Go up to that next keyframe. I'm going to do the same thing. Randomly move them. We're almost finished this. This will give it some randomness, if that's even a word. Oops, don't want that. Gotta hit that little blue box. And this one. Oh. And these ones too. Oh, that's it. So now let's give that a test. Make it a bit more random. Here they come out of the box. Ah, that looks nice. Your name. Let's do one more thing. Go up, Again, click that first keyframe, drag it all over till you get that final end here. Shift down, click on that keyframe, open your properties panel, and right here where it says rotate auto, let's click on it, and we're gonna, you could have done them one at a time, but we're gonna have them all rotating clockwise, all those tweens. Now you could have selected one and made it clockwise, the other counterclockwise, or even do one section, but we're doing the whole thing. So now they're going to be spinning. Alright. Now, since they're all spinning, they're going to be all spinning to this point here. Come here. Let's go right down like this. Insert keyframe. And then go up to about 130. Do the same thing. Insert keyframe. Let's see if that works. They're spinning, they're going every which way but loose, and they stop. Start over. Stop. I hope you learned something from this tutorial, and I hope you use what you learned.